Hello, everybody. I started with a slightly, delayed start. I mean, it's not by much, but I usually like starting right on 12 when I say I will. Just had to run around and do a whole bunch of stuff. Like, we're trying to put something together in the back that was only supposed to take, like, maybe 10 minutes tops, and it turned into 2 hours because, oh my god, nothing wanted to go right. Ugh. And what we were trying to do ended up being pointless. So there was that. So we literally just, like, wasted 2 hours of our day. We literally just finished now. I made a fresh new tea. I just kind of scarfed something down because I needed something before I, started doing anything. Whew. Yeah, so my morning has been busy. Busy, busy, busy. Anyway. So, well, obviously we are continuing on with Doki Doki Blue Skies. And, yeah, the quick refresher from what happened in the last stream, yesterday's stream specifically, we had, it was the morning after Yuri spent the night. After the, revelation that she cuts herself and that her parents, both died. She went into a little more detail about both. And she kind of broke down in front of us about it. She misses her parents a lot, and that does not help her habit. Because she only cuts when she feels overwhelmed by her emotions, so a lot of she gets incredibly sad and lonely, she's gonna do it. If she gets really freaking mad, she's gonna do it. It's just her coping mechanism for dealing with it. Not exactly the healthiest, but it's what's been working for her for a while, but that still distresses us. The next day at school, we kind of just go through the motions, try to pretend like everything is normal, but we still worry for Yuri, and we just kind of straight up ask her, you gonna tell anyone else in the club? And she said no, because she doesn't want anyone to start treating her any differently, and because we've said that and bring this up out of the blue, she already sees we're starting to treat her differently, and she doesn't want that. She wants everything to be just how it was before. Which, I mean, after something like that, it's never gonna be the same. So we want to help her, but she's doesn't really want it. She's not really letting us. She doesn't. It's kind of her own thing. She's figured this is just how it is. So yeah, wonderful, good stuff there. Also, I decided to add in a command after last stream. Mostly for newer people coming in who don't know about Doki Doki Blue Skies is, so just putting in the command, Blue Skies, just kind of brings up a brief summary. Not super in-depth, but at least gives you an idea. And I'll probably, if I ever do any other kind of mods for, Doki Doki again, or anything else that could potentially have mods that change it up a lot, I'll do similar commands, just so anyone new coming in can just, put the command in to get a brief idea of what this is about. And then if they have any more questions beyond that, I can go from there. Oh, gotta do our normal thing. Every time. I wish that carried over. I really do. But, oh well. Alright, we're gonna load up our save. and continue on into Act 3 of Yuri's Road. It's crazy to think how fast time's flying by. It seemed like only yesterday I found out about Yuri's self-harming tendencies. As I'm absent-mindedly thumbing through my phone, I'm once again reminded that February's already started. The past few weeks felt like they haven't even happened at all. Well, I guess it's not strictly true. I mean, yeah, in many ways, life remained the same. We're still a couple, school hasn't changed much, we still go to the literature club. But despite the apparent normality, things feel different. For obvious reasons, I guess. Yeah, so you see, even though they're going through the motions of everything being normal, it's still different. It's never gonna go back to that. Let's, just to kind of quote a thing from Star Wars Rebels, once a secret is known, it cannot be unknown. Pang of anxiety shoots through me. I don't think I'll ever get that scene out of my head. When I first saw her, razor in hand, blood on the floor. Even after a few weeks, the image is still burned into my mind. The other girls are still oblivious, and Yuri's stance on whether or not she should tell them hasn't changed at all. I sigh and wearily rub my hands through my hair. What am I meant to do? Perhaps I should... One day, my phone will stop interrupting me when I'm deep in thought. Oh, yay, it's Mom C. Christ. Just one moment, I'm gonna do something very fast. That I forgot to do again. Because what a shock. I forget to do things. Don't mind my incoherent babbling. I just talk to myself. Okay. We are goods there. Boop. Alright. I feel like I'm gonna abandon the initial horrible European accent I gave the mom. Because that was just terrible. Ugh. I might go with what I did for Emmy's mom and just kind of make her Southern for no reason. So, I mean, why not? It's the one thing I can at least do okay-ish. I mean, for God's sakes, I made Monica British. So, sure, the mom is Southern, because why not? Hey, Mom. I'm blanking. Sorry, just blanking here for a minute. I still gotta say, I do like that the mom is a character. And it adds to, the actual character of, our main character. He has a parent that cares about him, but they are a way to make money for them so they can live in their house still. So they can still, go through the motions and have a place to live. Helped add to his, our main character's loneliness. So the fact that this club is, kind of a saving grace for him. Alright, here we go. Southern mom, because that seems to be the thing. Mothers are Southern for some reason. So let's do it. Hi, Baron. It's been so long. Really has, hasn't it? When was the last time we talked? My goodness, I think it was before Halloween. That means it's been... around 3 months. Jeez. Anyway, what's new? Oh, actually, what about Yuri? Are you guys together yet? Well... I can practically hear the anticipation through the phone screen. Yeah, we are. I had a feeling you'd tell me that. Look at you, my little prince, all grown up. Mom, really? Little prince? Sorry. It's just that from a mother's perspective... Well, your son's first girlfriend is big news. I can't wait to meet her. You only get to meet her if you promise not to embarrass me when she's over. I can't make any promises. I roll my eyes. I can practically see the smug smirk on her face, even though we're hundreds of miles apart. Anyway... Oh, yeah, December exam results. Oh, yes! I hope you studied hard and got the grades you need, young man. Don't worry, I did just fine. Sakurai gave me my results last week, and he was pretty impressed. To be honest, I was pretty surprised myself. Overall, I did well, but I really aced Japanese, history, and English. That's excellent to hear, sweetheart. Well done! A small laugh filters through the phone's speaker. Huh? What's so funny? I just remember you saying that Yuri's a huge fan of literature. And she's constantly reading books, right? Yeah. Well, assuming you guys discuss these books... Well, then it's clear that she's rubbing off on you. She seems like she's really helped you appreciate literature, making you more analytical and thoughtful yourself. Clearly, it's showing in your grades. Really? I never even thought about that. Does it happen in every relationship? Hard to say, really. It's definitely common, though. You spend so much time with your partner that you subconsciously start copying their mannerisms and tendencies. And that may be useful, especially now. Huh? Why? It's Valentine's Day coming up soon, Baron. If a personality is rubbing off on you, you may find it easier to think of something special for her. I'd totally forgotten about Valentine's. On the year that you get a girlfriend, and you forget about such a romantic day? When you put it like that, it does seem a little illogical. Well, it's not for a week, so I've still got time. Don't dawdle, sweetheart. You'd be amazed at how quickly that week will zip by. Okay. I get it. I'll think of something. Anyway, what have you been up to? Given that it's been a while since you called, I imagine work must be really busy. There's a sigh on the other end. Yes, you're right. Clients have been so demanding over the past few weeks. New projects, new technologies, new strategies. I'll be so glad when this business quarter is over. New technologies and strategies? What do you mean? Well, I won't bore you with all the finer details. Basically, our company has rolled out this new app. We're supposed to use it when we're talking to our clients, as it's meant to boost communication efficiency. The only problem is, it's not exactly intuitive. Rather the opposite. There's not been much company training on how to use it. So we basically had to do our own research on how it works. It's tedious, but better than not knowing what to do, I suppose. Oh my god. What a shock. Alright everyone, start using this program. Start using this app so we can talk better. How do we use it? Figure it out. That seems so relevant now than it did last year. Or the year before. When did Blue Skies come out again? I gotta remember. I gotta check. Does it tell me the release date? Okay, June 12th, 2020. So in the middle, right when the pandemic was really hitting its high note there. Yeah. Yep, that makes sense. That might actually be a commentary on everyone trying to learn how to use Zoom and Skype and all that with little to no training. Topical. Anyway, unfortunately I have to go, sweetheart. It was lovely to catch up with you again, and I promise it won't be so long until we talk next, okay? It's fine, Mom. You've been really busy, so don't worry about it. Well, I'll see what I can do. Huh? About what? Oh, nothing. Forget I said anything. Bye, Baron. I love you. Love you too, Mom. As I put my phone back into my pocket, my mother's words continue to swirl around my head. I've had to do our own research on how it works. Maybe. Of course! The answer was right there! Why didn't I research such self-harm on the internet before? Man, I can be really dumb sometimes. Yes! Yes, you can. Game Baron, you're an idiot sometimes. You're probably almost as much, if not more of an idiot than Hasao. Ugh. Why do the pro tags always have to be so goddamn dense? Either way, it's probably best that I research this with Yuri. After all, it concerns her, right? Phone in hand, I flick through my meager contacts list to click on her name. Oh, we're actually on the phone. Hello, Baron. What are you up to? Not much. Hey, do you mind if I come over? You want to come to my house? Yeah. Is that alright? Yes, I suppose so. I'll see you soon then. Okay, I could have achieved that with a text message rather than a, 30-second call, but whatever. Whatever. Huh. So it's my first time going to Yuri's house, huh? Strange to think this is the first time it's happening, even though we've known each other for months. She actually has a room, and of course, she has a bookshelf with a crap ton of books. Yeah, I like this background. This is nice. I think we just skip right to her house. After exchanging a kiss, I take a seat on the bed right next to Yuri. She is blushing slightly. I won't be blushing once we bring up why the hell we're over. You know, your bedroom looks exactly how I imagined it would. What do you mean? It just looks really elegant and tidy. Much like you. And of course, only you would have a huge bookshelf right next to your bed. How many times have you tried to reach over to the bookshelf while you were snuggled under the sheets? She smiles bashfully. It never stops being heartwarming. Maybe a few times. By the way, Baron? Hmm? Would you like to see my, Get your mind out of the gutter, Baron. Your... what? I'm painfully aware of the suggestive tone the conversation has suddenly adopted. Judging by the furious blushing on Yuri's face, it's safe to say that I'm not the only one. Oh my god. Although you'll probably think it's really weird. Wait. Are we thinking of different things? She reaches toward her desk and pulls out a medium-sized black box. Okay, she wants to show us that. Cool. Yeah, Game Baron, get your goddamn mind out of the gutter. Well, you remember how I said I had a knife collection? A wave of understanding washes over me. I have to fight the urge to laugh at myself. My god, this situation could have been made a million times more awkward. Oh, you wanted to show me your knives? You're not weirded out by it? Nah. At one point, I was tempted to get you a knife for Christmas, but I figured you already had a few. Besides, I don't know what type of knives you like. I'm kind of curious, to be honest. I've never met someone who collects them. So yeah, go ahead. Apprehension is still visible on her face, but after swallowing nervously, she gently opens the lid. Wow. No, sorry. Let's do that again. Let us do that again and do it properly.
Wow.
Just gotta get that Owen Wilson. Wow. You weren't kidding when you said you had a collection, were you? Sorry. I know it must be really weird. I don't know why I even suggested it. She moved to snap the lid shut, but I reach out and gently grasp her hands. Surprise flickers across her features as she looks at me. If I look closely, I can detect shame in her eyes. It's not weird at all. I accepted who you are a long time ago. Yuri. Well. Alright, half hour in, already started screwing up lines. Good job, me. I'm slowly getting better. Please don't feel ashamed. Plus, I really want to see these knives of yours. Really? I smile reassuringly at her. Yes. If you're sure. She gingerly reopens the box and pulls out a small knife. Is this one a dagger? It looks too small to be a knife. It is indeed. This one actually comes from the 18th century. And if I recall, it's also from Spain. Spanish, huh? I slowly take the dagger from Yuri and hold it in my hands. The hilt is silver and the blade comes with a golden sheath. Carefully, I unsheath it. Yeah, don't, break your finger on the tip of it again like a dumbass. This one isn't particularly sharp, but I would still recommend exercising caution. I turn it over in my hands. It's not exactly a large weapon, but the craftsmanship is undeniable. During the Renaissance age, a dagger such as this one was actually used as part of everyday dress. In fact, daggers were the only weapons that commoners were permitted to carry. The dagger was very popular in Spain, where it was referred to as either a daga or a punal. Daga or punal. Alright, we're getting a little bit of a Spanish lesson here. Just kind of a random little aside. I have like a little folding knife here at my desk too. It's a simple little thing. I just use it to cut open boxes that come in from whatever I order. It's handy. And it's out of the way. It's there for utility. I sheath the knife and hand it back to Yuri, who puts it back into the box. You really know your stuff, huh? It's really admirable how intelligent you are. Books, science, knives. Is there any limit to your knowledge? She blushes and averts her eyes into the box. You're too kind, Baron. My eyes are drawn to a rather large curved knife that sits in the middle of the box. Okay, how big is this fucking box? Wow, this one has a really cool shape. As you move away from the base of the blade, it curves to the side, to the point where the head is at a very different angle. This one has a fascinating history. Her face is lit up and passion flares behind her eyes. It's the type of fervor I only see when she's talking about her books. Oh, okay, kukri. Yep. I had a feeling that's what it was. Just I couldn't get the name. It was on the tip of my tongue, just couldn't get there. It's actually called a kukri, and it's an icon of Nepal. Do you see how the head of the blade is at an angle? This gives the kukri immense chopping power. You see, it isn't a knife designed to stab or slice, although of course you still do that. The head and weight of the blade means it's very effective at cutting through flesh. In fact, it's even able to cleanly chop limbs off. Jesus fuck. I think I know a few fictional serial killers who'd love to use a weapon like this one. No, Jason wants his machete, or fire axe, or shears, or battle axe, fence post. What other weapons does he use? Devil's pitchfork. I'm missing quite a few. I'm trying to remember from Friday the 13th, the game. Pickaxe. So yeah, no, he's not gonna want a kukri. Freddy has his goddamn, bladed gloves. Michael Myers just uses whatever goddamn knife he has. Sometimes he'll stab you with a gun, because how do guns work? And Ghostface just kind of uses a knife, but mostly uses a phone for terror effect. And then Leatherface has his goddamn chainsaw. So I don't know what fictional serial killers you're talking about, Game Baron. But what's with the little notch above the handle? Essentially, it's to stop blood from dripping onto the user's hand. That would make the handle slippery and impractical. Man, I had no idea that so much thought went into the design of these things. You'd be amazed. To me, knives are just simple cutting tools with a straight edge. Guess it goes to show how much I know. I don't blame you for thinking like that. An interest in knives is hardly the norm, so it's a given that you wouldn't give them that much thought. She holds the kukri up and slowly turns it around in her hands. From her expression, it's clear she's admiring the blade. I'll admit it's a little unusual. After all, if someone told me that one day I'd be looking at my girlfriend admiring a dangerous weapon, I wouldn't believe them. But being with Yuri, it's opened my eyes. It's helped me see that people have a variety of interests. In a way, it's refreshing to see such uniqueness in a person. What is it about knives that you like so much? I remember you talked about it a long time ago, but I can't remember what it is you said. Yeah, I think this was back to when we were doing festival prep. All the way back to Act 1, Jesus. I even forget. I think it's the craftsmanship? There are many reasons. Some of which make more sense than others, I suppose. Let's start with a simple reason. The craftsmanship. Yeah, there we go. I mean, you can admire something if it's well made. And tantalizing to the eye. An untold number of hours go into creating the knives as you see them. The weight, the feel, the sharpness, the length, the design, the color. There's also the rather dark association that knives have. Baron, am I wrong in thinking that there's something inherently fascinating with the macabre? We're taught to fear the darkness, but there's something so intriguing about it. You know, if I think about it, I can see what you mean. Like, if we take Halloween, for example, it's pretty much a festival dedicated to the dead, right? Yeah, it's pretty commercialized, but I've always enjoyed it. Telling ghost stories, scaring each other, seeing all the gruesome costumes people wear. Or, just, hey, I'm a T-Rex. Those inflatable T-Rex costumes. Yuri nods in earnest. Fear is such an enigma. Different people fear different things. Some people love horror movies, yet others balk at the very thought. And when it comes to knives, well, you only need to look at the world around you to see what kind of reputation they have. And knives never judge you. Have you ever used these knives to cut yourself? Way to just say it, Baron. I immediately berate myself for asking such a question like that. It sounded way less insensitive in my head. I'm surprised you even had to ask that. You have so many, and a lot of these knives look... well, they're really big, and they look really sharp. Yuri, stay silent. I'm just worried about you. That's all. More silence. It's growing more uncomfortable by the second. I know you are, Baron. And it means a lot to me that you care. I was so afraid you'd break up with me once you saw my scars. Break up with you? No, of course not! If anything, it's made me want to be with you more! Dude, no, do not fucking white knight this shit. Please, do not do this. Do not white knight it. Do not be a fucking white knight, please. This is definitely not something she needs. Why? Well, I want to see you get better. And I actually wanted to do some research on self-harm with you. And look at some therapy options, but that won't be necessary. The finality in Yuri's voice stops me dead. I've only heard such assertion in her voice maybe once? Why not? Because I don't want to go to therapy. Don't you want to stop cutting? Self-harming is the only way I've ever known how to deal with my issues. It's the only way I've been able to express myself. But we both know it's not a healthy way to deal with your feelings, Yuri. What if you cut too deeply? Or, I don't know, cut a vein or something. I won't. I know which places are safe to cut, and which specific areas to avoid. It doesn't make me feel much better, you know. This isn't about you, Baron. I'm sorry. She sighs deeply. To be honest, I knew you'd eventually ask me to try therapy. I know it's probably hard for you to see me like this, but for me, it's really not that simple. And help me understand. Please. If I must. Although I warn you, you're not gonna understand at all. Anyway. She reaches into the box and takes out a silver knife. As she speaks, she rolls it between her fingers, taking utmost care not to accidentally cut herself. Like I said, self-harming has been the only way I've been able to deal with my feelings. And yes, I know it's maladaptive. Hey, Jen brought that up yesterday. Cool. But you have to understand that for me, it's like a routine. It may not be a good approach, but it's the only approach I have. And what is the whole point of therapy? To get me to stop self-harming. In other words, losing the only way I've known how to control myself. I simply couldn't imagine another way of dealing with things. Plus, the thought of opening up to a complete stranger about my innermost insecurities is simply unimaginable. I hid it from my parents. I hid it from you. The only only reason you knew about my habit was simply through chance. We probably would have eventually found out, to be perfectly honest. There's an awful lot of vulnerability and blind trust to put into a random stranger, don't you think? As much as I hate to admit it, yeah, I can definitely see what she means. It's easy for me to stand here and ask her to see a therapist, but it's a whole different story for her. If it's any consolation, Baron, I don't exactly cut frequently. I won't deny it still happens, but ever since we started dating, it happens a little less. Really? Yes. Having someone to talk to? Someone who's open-minded, who's willing to listen to me ramble on about literature, or look at knives with me? It does make a difference. She slowly inches her face closer to mine. It's amazing how much of a difference just one person can make. So thank you. She tentatively reaches her arms out for a hug. I comply instantly and pull her close. Her head rests against my chest. Yuri. Look, I get it. I know you don't want to see a therapist. Can you at least promise me that you'll think about it? For my sake? Or for yours? She looks up at me. Baron. Please. I'm serious. I know you don't want to, but this is something I can't ignore. This isn't something I can ignore, whatever. Words. I feel like that should eventually, if I ever do get affiliate, that should be an emo, just words. I say that so much. Okay. I promise that I'll at least consider it. But please don't get your hopes up, okay? Alright. That's all I can ask for now. She nods slowly. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you. Would you like to read the first ghost story I ever read with me? You still got it on you? Of course. It's one of the strongest reminders I have of my parents. Sadness flickers over her features. I'm quick to reply. Of course. Where is it? She motions to a book resting snugly on the bookshelf next to her bed. Even though it's a little sad to think about how the book serves as a memory of her dead parents, it's endearing that it's so close to her bed. Almost like a guardian that watches her when she sleeps. Man, Mom was right. I really do sound like Yuri. Okay, that was more heavy shit. Really heavy. We at least brought up therapy, at least got her to consider it. Whether she does it or not, that is her choice to make. We can't force her. So maybe things could go back to a little bit of normalcy. But again, it'll never be the same as it was before. It'll be different for us in the fact that we now know this secret that Yuri's keeping hidden from everybody. But maybe it'll be a little easier for her because she now has someone she can talk to this stuff about. that works. We thought everything was all happy-go-lucky and great. So we were just like, less worry. We had like no worries. Yuri had a ton of worries. Now we have worries and Yuri has less. Hey, Yuri. I'm looking all over for you. Yuri starts when I call out her name, but instantly relaxes when she catches sight of me.
Baron. Sorry, I was in the bathroom.
Yeah, I figured as much when I saw you weren't in your classroom. Anyway, do you want to eat lunch with me?
I would love to.
Come on. Let's go to the roof to eat. We start walking together down the hallway, our shoulders nearly touching. The backs of our hands brush together as we walk. Public displays of affection are strictly prohibited in our school, and Yuri's not one for breaking rules. Still, even this small touch sparks electricity between us. I stealthily link our pinky fingers together, prompting a shy smile from Yuri. We walk together in companionable silence, passing by the occasional student and hearing snatches of conversation from within classrooms.
Baron, isn't the stairwell to the roof in the other direction?
Huh? I guess, but I was just following you.
But I was following you.
Leave it to us to do something like this. We walked all the way to the first-year classrooms without realizing what was happening.
I suppose this counts as our exercise for the week.
Definitely. As we turn around to head back, I notice Yuri curiously peeking in one of the classrooms. Oh yeah, shouldn't Natsuki's class be around here?
She's in class 1C, if I remember correctly.
Do you want to say hi to her? Actually, we can even ask her to have lunch with us.
Okay. It would be nice to talk to her some more. I can't recall the last time Natsuki and I had lunch together.
Nice. Let's check to see if she's in then. Sliding the classroom door open, I step inside with Yuri following closely. Inside the classroom, we're met with a few curious glances from students. That's no surprise, though, given that not many people know all their upperclassmen. Hey, Nichols, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You missed a little bit, but I will catch you up on everything. Game audio is a touch loud. I mean, I turned the volume up on everything because I felt like it was too quiet when I looked back at the VODs. Like, I'm turning my volume, like, everything I can up to max, and it still feels quiet to me. So, yeah. Everything's been turned up quite a bit. I didn't hear any complaints yesterday, though, from Jen. Usually she's really good about the volume. But I can turn it down a notch or two. Okay, how's that? It's quieter. It should be. Actually, I'm gonna make her to hear me over the music? Okay. Okay, I turned the game down to where I've got where I usually have Katawa at now, and I turned myself up just a tad bit more. I added a whole bunch of gain, so just to make myself a little bit louder if I was adjusting the game volumes. And I'll just update my little notepad here for what I set my volume to for everything. Because, oh, everything's got different freaking volumes. And that is the kind of input I want to hear. So thank you very much for that. So I'll just give you the summary of what happened the last stream and what has happened so far in this one. So, last stream was the morning after we found out about Yuri cutting herself and that her parents are also dead. We have a bit more of a heart-to-heart talk. She explains a little more about why she does it. When she feels emotionally overwhelmed, that's when she does it, and she hasn't told anyone. She never even told her parents back then when it happened, when she started doing this. And with her parents gone, she feels like she's incredibly alone. She has no support, so that doesn't exactly help with her cutting situation. She very much appreciates us being there, and, well, we just kind of tried to go on the rest of our week as is. And she also, after we said, are you gonna eventually tell, you know, everyone else in the club? She said, no, because I don't want people to start treating me differently. And the fact that we are asking stuff like this and bringing it up, Yuri's already seeing that we're starting to treat her differently. And says, just don't worry about it. It's okay. Obviously, we're still going to be worried as shit. So at the start of this stream, we actually got a call from our mom who just wanted to check up on us, because remember, our mom is a character in this game. And then, kind of thanks to her, we kind of thought to ourselves, what if we actually do some research about self-harm, so maybe I can understand what she's going through a little more. But I want to do that research with Yuri, so we asked to go over to her place, just kind of have a casual conversation, and then open up, then we just start talking about that. Saying, I want to research it some more and help you, potentially, maybe even get you into therapy, but she is very against therapy. She does not see the point. Because she uses her cutting to control herself, as she says. If she were to go to therapy, it would get her to stop, meaning she would lose the only little bit of control in her life she has. So she is very firmly against it. She does appreciate us thinking about her, though. And after a little bit of coaxing, she said she would at least consider it. But told us not to get our hopes up. So while not exactly a win, you could say, it's something. She knows we care. She knows we want to help. She just wants us to understand that this is something she has to do more or less on her own. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but again, this is Yuri's decision. We can't force her to go to therapy. She did say, though, that since dating us and talking with us, she has started to cut less. Just having that person to talk to has been helping, so that's a bonus. We're doing something without really doing something. But you can't push someone. Yeah, I know. It would definitely benefit her. She knows cutting is an unhealthy thing, but it's the only thing she has ever known, and she doesn't want to give that up. You just get used to something for so long. You don't see any other options, even though you know they're available. But I mean, this is a realistic portrayal. This is realistic. This is a habit she's formed for years, and she's not going to give it up so easily. So, right now, I think this is the day after, whatnot. It's lunchtime. We were going to go to the roof. We were following each other rather than going to the roof somehow. So we got lost. We're in the first year classroom corridors, and we figured, hey, while we're here, let's grab Natsuki. Let's bring her to lunch too. Because remember, they're still characters. They exist. Also, Valentine's Day is coming up within a week in-game, and Game Baron has thought of nothing yet so far. His mom even pointed out, the 1 year you get a girlfriend and you forget about the most romantic day of the year. Yeah, we're just continuing on from here now. Gonna see if we can pick up Natsuki and bring her to the roof for lunch with us, because why not? Natsuki's hunched over alone at her desk, scribbling something on a piece of paper. As we approach, I'm surprised to see that rather than writing, she's drawing something. Hey Natsuki, what are you drawing? Startled, she looks up and quickly wipes the paper off her desk. Oh my god. She doesn't want anyone to see her doing goddamn anything. I mean, it was her poem that she wrote and forgot that led to everyone, you know, doing poetry for the literature club. So Natsuki, stop doing things and trying to hide it. It never ends up well for you.
Yuri? Baron? What are you guys doing here?
Just saying hi?
Okay.
Hi.
What Baron means to say is that we wanted to invite you to eat lunch with us. Oh. Sure thing. Not like I'm doing anything anyway.
As she says this, she crumples up her drawing and tosses it into her desk. Whoa, what are you doing? I reach out for the balled-up drawing, and find my arms held back by... Yuri? Huh? Yuri?
Just leave her be, Baron.
It doesn't seem right to me to just throw away hard work.
Personally, I think I can actually relate to that feeling. To toss aside your own work because you dislike its imperfections, or even simply because you're no longer in the mood. It's all just a part of the creative process. Yeah, that's spot on. Baron, you wouldn't understand true artists like Yuri and me.
Oh my god. I roll my eyes at that remark. Alright. Whatever floats your boat. Still, wouldn't you want to be able to see your past work? Like, just to see how far you've come.
Well, yeah. But it's not like I trash every single thing I make that I don't like. Some things just don't work out. And And to add on to that, it's better to let some of your work go rather than constantly dwell on all of its flaws.
Mm-hmm. I guess I can see that. But it still must suck to have your time wasted like that.
It's whatever. Why don't we just go eat now?
Sounds good to me. We step out and make our way to the roof.
It's nice to get some fresh air for once.
A cool breeze ruffles our hair a bit. It's not too cold, though, as the sunshine provides a comforting warmth.
Don't you get fresh air during the physical education period? I mean, yeah, but who likes PE?
True. By the way, Natsuki, what were you drawing before? She could try and draw her own goddamn manga, isn't she?
Nothing!
Really? Looked a bit like manga to me. Natsuki's eyes flicked to Yuri for half a second.
Well, you're wrong.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it if you were. Loads of people aspire to be manga artists. Why do you think there's a manga club? Isn't that right, Yuri? I nudged Yuri with my elbow, prompting a response from her.
What? Oh, I suppose so.
Natsuki crosses her arms and looks away. Don't tell me she's gonna start pouting now. Desperately, I try to silently communicate with Yuri through my facial expressions. Yeah, go all Looney Tunes and just literally form the words with your face. Or pull out a convenient sign. Yuri mouths a question at me that I try to answer by pointedly looking at Natsuki. A look of understanding slowly dawns in Yuri's face.
Baron's right. Pursuing a career in the arts is nothing to be ashamed of. I may not particularly see the appeal in manga myself, but what I like and dislike isn't the end-all to be-all of a subject. In fact, many people find my desire for a degree in Japanese and literature to be largely pointless. So, what I mean to say is, take pride in your interests. Thanks for that.
A genuine smile spreads across Natsuki's face that Yuri returns gratefully.
But just so you know, it's not like I'm totally set on wanting to be a mangaka. It's just a hobby for now. Plus, I wasn't even drawing manga. It was just a character concept.
Better than anything I could do, that's for sure. Word. You know the extent of my drawing? Watch any time I've played any kind of Jackbox games on other people's streams. Stick people galore.
Like that's hard to achieve. Hey,
It's not like I've ever taken art lessons before.
neither have I.
Natsuki's smile is soon replaced by a haughty grin of triumph. Looks like the old Natsuki's back. Meanwhile, Yuri chuckles at our antics.
Anyway, shall we sit and eat before lunch is over?
You bet. I'm starving.
Okay, Sayori.
Nice. Nice. So just being called Sayori is what happens if we say we're hungry. Having settled down, Yuri takes out her bento box as I pull my own lunch out of my bag. This happens to consist of the extremely healthy options of 2 packaged breads. Yakisoba bread and my personal favorite, curry bread. As I tear open the curry bread cellophane, I pause. Natsuki's been sitting with her arms wrapped around her legs, making no movements to bring out her lunch. It looks like she's just staring into space. Hey Natsuki, where's your lunch? Huh? She jumps a bit at my question.
I forgot it. Oh, did you leave it in your desk? We can go back to get it if you'd like. No, I mean I forgot it at home.
She didn't even check her bag for it.
It's fine. Don't worry about me.
I toss my yakisoba bread at her. Here. I don't know how much you like this stuff, but it's better than nothing. A look of, I don't know, shock? Surprise, maybe? Whatever emotion it is, it causes her eyes to widen for a moment. How low of an opinion must she have of me to be this surprised?
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna starve if I give it to you.
Okay then. Thanks.
She enthusiastically tears the plastic package apart and chomps down on the fried noodles and bread. Is that what yakisoba bread is?
What the hell? What kind of crazy-ass bread do they have in Japan? I mean, it was there, but I never touched the
Different breads. Oh, okay. It's basically a hot dog bun filled with noodles. More or less. Okay. Alright. That's cool. Okay, now I actually want that. God damn, I want that now. Shit. Wish I knew about that earlier. Would have been on the lookout and probably not bought in so many just regular ass sandwiches in Japan. Granted, those sandwiches were incredibly good. And cheap. You didn't skip out on breakfast, or... No, did you skip out on... Did you skip breakfast, or is that just your favorite type of bread? At my question, Natsuki seems to choke on her bite for a second before hastily chewing and swallowing.
I skipped breakfast. I think this is like a hungry day for me, too. You know, those days when you can never get full?
I can relate to that.
That most likely results from an unhealthy diet.
Are you including me in that statement? Well, I mean, you said your favorite thing to eat is frozen dumplings. And you buy as much, pre-made food as you can before you met Yuri. So yes, Game Baron has an unhealthy diet. Deal with it. Well, I can't argue against that.
I do not have an unhealthy diet! Okay, maybe I bake a lot of pastries for myself. But...
Looks like Natsuki's out of excuses. Just admit it, Natsuki. You're totally unhealthy. I mean, you don't play any sports, and you basically live off of cupcakes.
Hey, I make other things besides cupcakes.
With a sigh, Yuri offers up her bento to Natsuki.
You can't just be eating that for lunch now, so have some of mine. Huh? Really? You don't have to if you don't want to. Yes, I'm perfectly fine with sharing my meal with you. It's a good thing I always pack a pair of extra chopsticks. I, I'm fine. Baron already gave me some bread, so... Like I said, don't worry about it.
She'd be a lot more convincing if she wasn't giving the bento longing looks. Pretty good looking bento, don't you agree?
I mean, yeah. But that has nothing to do with me. Are you sure you don't want some? Yeah, I am.
With a sigh, I pick up Yuri's spare chopsticks and thrust them into Natsuki's hands.
Hey! What?
If Yuri says you can, alright? Oh my god, just making her eat. Yuri nods along with my words, affirming my statement. Seriously, you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't try some of her cooking. It's all homemade and tastes exactly like how a mother's cooking would taste.
My mom wasn't even that good at cooking. Well, I don't know how motherly my cooking is, but feel free to have some. That is, if you actually want to try it. I mean, it's not like it looks bad or anything. And it's actually the opposite. Your bento looks really good.
It really does. There's a varied sampling of side dishes to choose from, ranging from watercress to grilled mackerel.
How is fish a side dish? But how big is this fucking bento?
How small is this box?
How small are the servings? Like, what the... I don't get it.
And as usual, Yuri's rice is perfectly fluffy, with a single umeboshi plum keeping it fresh. What the hell is an umeboshi plum? Is it just a plum? Oh. Fermented or pickled plum. Made from young, sour Japanese fruit that's a cross between an apricot and a plum. Okay. Cool. Learning a lot of things today.
Really, it's no bother. I understand your reservations, but in this case, they're unduly founded. Okay, if you insist.
By the way, do I get any too?
Oh, sorry. Jeez, Baron. You get to eat Yuri's cooking all the time, don't you? Stop pestering her about it.
Yuri, I'm not pestering you, am I?
Yeah, you are.
Wow, are you Yuri? You're answering to her name.
I don't have to be Yuri to know that you are.
Am not.
R2.
At this point, you're probably the one bothering Yuri.
Nuh-uh. Yuri, what do you think?
They're literally children. They're literally children.
You're both acting like children. My apologies. That was incredibly rude of me to say.
No, you're right. They're totally being immature idiots. I don't know what it is about Natsuki that makes me act like a kid again. Probably her cutesy, yet annoying attitude.
Maybe you, but... Okay, I might have been a little bit. I was just joking. Not my fault if you can't tell when I'm being sarcastic. Alright, I think that's enough.
Yuri suddenly picks up a piece of fish with her chopsticks and shoves it in Natsuki's mouth. Oh my god! Just, here, eat this and shut up. Natsuki's practically bowled over in surprise, dropping her chopsticks in her lap. She shoots Yuri an incredulous look, but dutifully chews on the food. Ha! See? Yuri... She's just shoving food in her mouth. She's shoving food in our mouths to shut us up. I love it. Yep. Yeah, this feels like a thing. It's like Yuri's just had enough of your shit and just...
Shut up and eat, please.
My mouth is suddenly filled by the taste of greens cooked in a savory sauce.
That's enough out of you two.
With a start, it appears that Yuri's finally realized what she's done.
Sorry about that. I don't know what came over me. No, that was really funny. Who knew that Yuri had this in her?
I mean, as her boyfriend, I kinda knew?
Oh, shut up!
She jabs me in my side. Ow. Anyway, I can't believe you did that, Yuri. How could you be so cruel to your boyfriend of all people?
You deserved it! Oh man, that was so out of character for Yuri. But in a good way. Really? I wasn't exactly thinking when I did it. I just didn't know what to say, so I acted on impulse. That was so weird, wasn't it?
No, Natsuki's right. It's nice to see your fun side sometimes.
Yeah, if that's how you act when you follow your impulses, I think you should do it more. Fun. It's not as easy as you'd think getting over my inhibitions.
Or get over, whatever. Yuri mutters this last remark nearly inaudibly.
But I'm glad to see I was able to make others laugh.
She says this with a gentle smile.
By the way, that bite was super good. Did you really make it yourself? Mm-hmm. If you'd like, I could show you my recipe sometime. Definitely. I can show you how to bake stuff too.
If you two combined your cooking and baking skills, you might be able to call yourself the ultimate chef.
I don't know about that.
Laughing, we all dig back into our lunches again. This time with Natsuki sneaking bites of Yuri's lunch. Soon enough, the food's all gone, save for a few crumbs. Right on time too, as the bell rings just when we finished covertly licking when I finished covertly licking my fingers. This was fun. We should have lunch together again sometime.
I'm inclined to agree. It's much more lively when people are invited.
More people invited, fuck.
Well, don't get too clingy now. We can still see each other at the club, you know. Yes, I'll be seeing you two there later.
You betcha. Man, I don't think I've ever been the first one to the club. That is until now. Well, Yuri would be here with me too, but she had to go to the bathroom again. Some girls have the bladders of squirrels, and men fuck off. Don't generalize that horse shit. And have none of that. Or maybe... Yuri wouldn't be... God damn it, Baron. Couldn't even go one day without thinking that, could you? I don't even know if it's right to me to think of that stuff when I think about Yuri. Wouldn't it be doing her injustice to not consider the hardship she goes through? Then again, I also don't want to define her by her self-harm. I have no idea what to think. Fortunately, my mental beratings are cut short by the rattle of the door opening. Oh, yay, good. More British Monica. Get more of this. Baron! What a surprise. Didn't expect to see me here yet, eh? Nope. Definitely not. Where's Yuri? She's usually with you, right? After all, you two always walk to the club together. Yeah. She's in the bathroom right now. I'd feel kind of weird escorting her to the bathroom at all. You don't have to treat her like a fragile little flower, you know. Yeah, I know that. Once again reminded of the fact I'm the only one who knows Yuri's secret. Still, Monica may have a point. As I open my mouth to continue the conversation, the door slams open, announcing the arrival of Sayori and Natsuki.
Hi, Baron. Don't forget about Monica. Oh, and Monica too. Welcome back to the club, you two. Eh? Where's Yuri? She's in the bathroom. Are you looking forward to discussing literature with her today? Something like that, I guess. Or in your case, it'd be more like discussing manga, huh? Hey, manga is literature.
You don't even get to let her finish it anymore. I feel like that was just a joke. They just make it a joke. Just to get that little bit of a rise out of her. They don't mean anything by it. Eh. Sayori, you just stole Natsuki's line.
Sorry. This isn't a joke. I don't appreciate people making fun of manga, especially when they're people like you who won't even consider what I'm saying about it. Idiots.
Classic Natsuki.
Hello, everyone. I apologize for my delay.
Whoa! Yuri suddenly materialized beside me. It's fine, Yuri. You're not late. Now that everyone's here, though, we can get the meeting started. As per usual, we'll be having a bit of free time first, followed by poetry discussion and general announcements. Okay, everyone, let's get busy. We begin to split up into smaller groups at that, with Monica leading the way by gently shuffling Sayori off into a corner of the room. It's just me, Yuri, and Natsuki left then. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see Natsuki opening her mouth to speak before Yuri cuts in.
Baron, would you like to continue with our novel then?
Natsuki turns away, brow furrowed in frustration. Hold on. Natsuki, were you gonna say something?
Huh? No. I'm not interested in whatever stuffy book you guys are reading.
She glances over at Yuri as she says this. I don't know how accurate my hunch is, but I've got a feeling that Natsuki wants to talk to Yuri more. Come on, spit it out. What happened to our lunchtime bonding?
It's none of your business. I wasn't even gonna talk to you. sorry if this is presumptuous, but did you want to speak with me then? Never mind.
Oh boy. The smaller girl quickly spins around to flee the scene. I know that Yuri wants to get on with the book that we're reading, but Natsuki seems pretty eager to talk to her. Should I just hang out with Yuri, or encourage her to talk to Natsuki for a change? I'll have to admit, I'm a bit reluctant to give up quality time with my girlfriend. But then again, I can read with her another time too. Either way, I need to make a decision before Natsuki hides away with her manga again. Because of course. I feel like there's only one right answer, and that is... Yeah, Natsuki wants to talk with Yuri about something. Can't just monopolize all of Yuri's time, and I think we've had a lot of Yuri time. Oh boy, we've had a lot of Yuri time. Oh, my head's hurting. Ooh, holy crapola! Where did this yawn come from? Granted, I did get a late night's sleep again, but that's nothing new. Yeah, I'm gonna do the, Yuri, go hang out with Natsuki. Be with more people. You don't have to stay strictly with me. She's your friend as well, as much as you two are at each other's throats all the time. Knowing Natsuki, she's probably gonna bottle this up and never talk about it again if we don't stop her. So for the sake of everyone's sanity, it'd probably be best if Yuri just talks to her now. Hey Yuri, I think you should actually follow up with Natsuki.
Do you not want to read today?
No. It's just I think Natsuki really wants to talk to you.
You have a point there. To be honest, I'm curious about it. Alright then. If it's fine with you, I'll go speak to her now.
Go for it. I'll just do some homework or something instead. Lord knows I need to work on procrastinating less. I wave Yuri off as I pull my workbooks out with a sigh. Guess I'll be pulling a Monica today. I love how studying is pulling a Monica. I've just finished a particularly difficult math problem when Monica suddenly interrupts my concentration. Given my feelings on math, I can't say that's an unwelcome distraction, though.
Okay, everyone. It's getting late, so let's hurry up and share our poetry.
As I put away my homework, I sense a presence that appears before me. It's Yuri. But just as I'm about to speak to her, Monica interrupts me. Baron, you remember to write a poem this time, right? Monica says this with a bright smile on her face. However, I can't help but hear a threatening edge to her voice. Man, when did cute girls become so scary? Bruh, they're always scary. Yeah, I did. I hope I did you proud with it. We'll see. I pull out my poem and turn to Yuri, offering up my handiwork. So, how'd it go with Natsuki? She pauses as she takes my poem, clearly mulling over her words. Finally, she starts speaking with a smile.
Well, I can't say it went smoothly the entire time. She was quite evasive and prickly when I first confronted her. Although there's no doubt that my awkwardness factored into it. This may be a surprise to you, or this may surprise you, but I don't think I've ever approached Natsuki on my own before. So that didn't help matters either.
That's par for the course when it comes to Natsuki. And don't worry too much about being awkward. You come off as very well spoken in general.
Really? I wouldn't have thought so.
Really. Not to downplay your own insecurities, of course, but I do think you overthink things a lot.
That might be an understatement. Anyway, after a bit we began discussing topics such as our interests. To summarize, we just had a normal conversation. It was the kind of banal conversation that people have every day, but somehow it made me feel content.
Her eyes sparkle with life as she says this. That's understandable. After all, isn't a happy life usually made up of multiple small, satisfying moments, rather than of a few huge joyous moments?
You're right. All these things happening makes me wonder why Natsuki and I fought so vehemently in the past.
Part of it was because of the differences in your poetry styles, right?
I suppose when two passionate opposing opinions clash...
Absolute pandemonium ensues.
It's probably less outrageous than that.
Speaking of poetry, though, I think Monica's giving me the evil eye, so do you want to start sharing?
With pleasure, Baron.
In any case, nice analysis today, Baron. Thanks. I've been learning from the best, so... You know, if there's one thing I'm glad about when it comes to you and Yuri dating, it's that it makes my job as president a lot easier if people are more enthusiastic about literature. And I'm pretty sure you've become more enthusiastic about it after dating her. What, so you're not just happy for us as your friends? Well, that goes without saying. Thanks for the support, though. In the beginning, I wasn't really sure how it'd be if two members of the club were dating. No problem. To be honest, I had my own reservations about it before, too. But it looks like everything's turned out all right, right? Yep. Or at least I hope so. Anyway, it looks like everyone else is done by now, too. So, do you want to reconvene with the others now? Sure thing. Okay, everyone. Hope you had good discussions today. It's actually really great practice for our Japanese classes, you know. And as you all know, finals are coming up next month. Natsuki and I instantly groan. Don't remind me. Yeah, they're still a whole month away. No need to bring them up now. But the early bird catches the worm, right?
But what's the worm in this case?
I guess it'd be good grades. Good grades, which will lead you to being able to get into a good university, and thus find a well-paying, stable job. Which will then prevent you from having to die alone without a family nor a home. Jesus Christ! I think you took that a little too far, Monica. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. Hey Jen, how's it going? So, you doing good, I'm guessing? That's good. I'm doing alright. Doing pretty good. Just My usual. Tired. So to briefly catch you up, we figured we wanted to learn, like, research more about self-harm with Yuri to maybe help understand it better and to maybe get her help. So we went to her house, first started off with just normal conversation, having fun, and then brought it up, even suggesting she could probably get some therapy, but she very much disagrees with it and does not want to. She doesn't see the point. She says cutting's the only thing she has that lets her have control in her life, and if she were to go to therapy, it would get her to stop doing that, thereby losing the only form of control she has ever known. She does appreciate us worrying and caring, and said she would at least consider it, but not to get our hopes up. She is also aware that what she does is, in fact, she actually did in fact use the word that what she's doing is maladaptive. So she is aware this is just the only thing, you know, she knows. Yeah. But I mean, again, it's kind of realistic. Someone who's been doing this for so long isn't gonna so easily give it up. And people will be, you know, resistant to wanting to go to therapy. Is also on the another thing with her is she'd have to, you know, spill her darkest secrets to a complete stranger. And the only reason we know about it, even as her boyfriend, was by complete chance that it happened. So it's just a lot. So, yeah. Still, it's her decision to make, and we shouldn't try to push her into it, which I think is what we're going for. As much as we'd want her to go, it is still her choice. So now we're just kind of going along with normal school days, finally. Valentine's Day is coming up within the next few days, and after a conversation with, you know, our mom, and finding out that we in fact had nothing planned for Valentine's Day yet, she straight up says, the 1 year you get a girlfriend and you forget about the most romantic day of the year. Good job, idiot. She didn't say idiot, but more or less, you're just being a dumbass. You got a girlfriend and you forgot about Valentine's Day. Also, I added a new command for just for the future. Good guy Greg over here. Also added a command for the future while I'm playing this, so just in case someone comes in and asks, I can just get the... I can either do this, or they can put the command in themselves. Just exclamation blue skies. It just gives a very brief thing about the game. The mod specifically. That more or less sums it up. It's just really easy than me trying to stop and explain it every time. And I may use something like this for if I ever do any kind of future mods for any kind of games. It's just a handy little thing. I cooked that up yesterday after stream. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. Okay, if you don't like that idiom, how about this one? An ounce of prevention prevents a pound of cure. Damn. It's actually pretty good. I assume the pound of cure would be failing grades? That's right! And we all know what failing our exams will lead to. Let me guess.
living under a bridge and dying alone.
You got it. Jeez, Monica, when did you become our mom? Plus, high school isn't even mandatory, you know? Plenty of people live normal lives without going to university, too. I know, I'm just exaggerating. Sorry, I think I'm projecting my stress on everyone. I definitely think it's wrong to assume that the only path to career success is through higher education. All that does is oversaturate the job market with random degrees and bury young adults in tens of thousands of dollars in debt. That's not a commentary. And at the same time, these young adults often don't even know what they really want to pursue a career in. Some people might be better off in trade school, or doing freelance work.
Pardon me if this is too forward, but there seems to be some cognitive dissonance dissonance at play here.
Oh, good fucking god. Leave it to Yuri to bring up the big words to confuse Sayori. I gotta make sure I'm actually saying that right. I'm probably not.
Dissonance.
Dissonance, okay. Actually, did I put in the correct word? Yes, it did. So, dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance? Oh, you mean when someone believes in two conflicting ideas?
That's right. And Yuri's actually right too.
I don't think that people should be forced to go to college just to fulfill societal expectations.
And yet, I feel that pressure too. Of course, I also want to go to a good university so that I can better myself. But there's always this pressure at the back of my mind. And I don't even know what my parents would do if I didn't go to university.
So I guess all that stuff you said about before about pressure and being busy was true, huh? Natsuki, did you think Monica was lying about all that? No! I just thought she was exaggerating.
It's fine, Natsuki. Some of the stuff I say does sound far-fetched at times. Man, we really have to take you out on a spa day sometime, Monica. Actually, everyone probably deserves a day of relaxation at this point. You gonna foot the bill? You gonna pay for a spa day for 5? On your, I assumed, allowance that your single mother gives to you? You gonna be able to afford that? Really, Game Baron? You can afford 5 people. No job? Still in high school? Yeah, right. 2K, yeah, yeah. Just gonna drop 2,000 on a random spa day for 5? Sure. Sure, buddy. Especially Yuri. A group spa day? My, Baron. Are you hoping for a spa with mixed baths? What? No! Don't lie, Baron. That's definitely what you had in the back of your goddamn mind.
Damn, now I can't stop thinking about it.
Besides, Yuri's the only girl for me. Good save. Just embarrass her as well while you're at it. Come on, Yuri. Let's show them all and go to a mixed bath by ourselves. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? No! She's gonna embarrass the fuck out of her. I mean, way to assert dominance, but Jesus, don't, no! Dude, that's a bit much. Dumb.
Eh?
Yuri's completely red in the face now. I've really got to remember not to make jokes like that around her.
I'd rather have you not show us that. Yeah, Baron. Don't be gross like that. Sorry. Dumbass.
Okay, let's get back on topic before Baron makes Yuri implode out of embarrassment. Hey, Yuri's not that embarrassed. Are you, Yuri?
Let's talk about exams.
Whoops. Idiot.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Wow, so even Natsuki would rather talk about exams, huh?
Same here.
Alright then. Now, I don't know if I'm jumping the gun a bit, but I was thinking, how about we hold a few study sessions together for exam prep? Aren't you forgetting that finals aren't for another month? They don't have to be held right now. We can get together when it's closer to finals season.
Personally, I believe that holding a study session together would be a good idea. Between the 5 of us, each subject should have at least one person who's proficient in its area. And that way, we could have those who excel in certain subjects help those who struggle in more in those classes. Jesus, I cannot read. Again.
Thank God it's near the end of my freaking time I want to do this.
Yeah, I think that making a study group is pretty smart. It'd help motivate us more too, if we all support each other and cheered each other on.
I don't have any objections to it myself. And like Sayori said, it'll stop us from procrastinating. No, it'll stop you from procrastinating. And Sayori. But mostly you. Okay, yep. Thanks, Sayori.
You mean stop you from procrastinating?
Oh, really, Miss I lost my workbook?
Meanie? That's not even procrastinating. That's just me being absent-minded.
Okay, but who's the one who rushed over to copy homework during lunch before?
Fine, it'll stop you and me from procrastinating. Happy?
Very.
Hey, this is all really cool and whatever, but I think you're all forgetting one tiny detail. I'm not in the same year as you guys. There's really no point in inviting me to a study group because I won't be able to help any of you with their work, or anyone with their work. But we can't leave you out! This is a club thing, and even if you can't help us study, you can still provide emotional support. Yes, I really don't mind if you're with us. Rather, I think I'd actually like it if we could all study and talk together, even if we all study totally different subjects. And I suspect that Monica feels the same too.
We can't just go abandoning a fellow club member and friend like that. Gee, what happened there? Yeah, definitely gonna get in time for me to stop pretty soon. I'm losing it here. Yeah, what do you say, Natsuki? You joining us?
Okay, fine. But only because you'd all drag me along anyway.
The wide grin on her face betrays Natsuki's true thoughts. Funny how by this point, we can all tell that she really means the opposite of what she says.
Yay! I knew you'd say yes. Jeez, it's nothing to cheer about.
I'm glad that everyone's settled nicely now. Actually, that should do it for today too. Thanks for the hard work today, guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Whew. I somehow feel exhausted already.
To be honest, same.
Hold on. I don't believe we ever planned out the actual dates for the study sessions.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. Let's discuss it in the group chat so we can all write down what schedule best fits us. We all make noises of affirmation as we pack up our things. Studying with the girls, huh? With any luck, Yuri and Monika's influence will somehow pull up my grades. Not to mention, that'll be a lot more fun studying with friends. Although there will undoubtedly be some disagreements when it comes to studying literature. Oh well. It'll all be worth it in the end. Right? Ooh, my head is hurting. Alright, that's a good spot to stop there. That's about all I can take for today, because my head is starting to kill me now. I was out in the sun a bit too much today. Trying to put a frickin' awning up for our gazebo. Ugh. That was 2 hours mostly wasted on something that ended up being pointless. But it's done either way, thankfully. Okay. Just pull my sketch up as usual. Alright, so yeah, tomorrow, 10 o'clock, we're back with Katawa Shoujo, continuing on with Rin's route. That shouldn't have any issues that day, hopefully not. Just gonna check something really fast before I continue. Okay, Well, I mean, I got 3 people. No, I'm not gonna bother today. Anyway, so, yep, 10 o'clock tomorrow, Katawa Shoujo. Thanks everyone for watching, commenting, lurking, all that fun stuff. I do very much appreciate it. Hope you have yourselves a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time.